Tree collards. What do you guys know about that? Anything? I'm just now learning some stuff. Stick around. Let me tell you what I found out. So what's going on, YouTube? It's Ro here. I'm coming in with the new video. Yay! Today I'm going to be talking to you about Project Tree Collard. So, for years I've been following this YouTube channel called Robbie and Gary Gardening Easy. They're this, seemingly very nice elderly couple who does a lot of gardening in, Southern California. I believe they're in Zone 10A. And I really appreciate their low maintenance, easy way to gardening. But I also appreciate the variety of foods and plants that they grow in their 10A Southern California garden. So my latest acquisition based on watching Robbie and Gary, and I've been wanting to do this for years. I just hadn't gotten around to it. I didn't think it would actually be as easy as it was to find. But I have acquired some tree collard cuttings because I wanted them. I've been watching them grow these purple tree collards. They have green ones too, and then they have a hybrid. Apparently, tree collards readily cross-pollinate. So she has this three-way hybrid that she shows in some of her gardening videos and whatnot. At any rate, I've been watching that for years. Finally got around to looking for some. It was so simple, you guys. I found the Project Tree Collard. Now, I think Robbie and Gary initially got theirs off of eBay, and I started to do that. But then when I found the website for the Project Tree Collard come up, and I realized that it was nationally recognized, I kind of decided at that point that I would just go ahead and buy my cuttings from the Project Tree Collard as opposed to some random person from eBay. Yes, the cost is a little bit more. However, I think I'm probably getting peace of mind and maybe even a much better product by buying from a company or a project that is nationally recognized. So I did not go with eBay, but you could go on eBay. I think Robbie initially got hers from there and all was fine. Okay. So a little bit about Project Collard. And I don't know this offhand. I have my notes, so you'll have to deal with me. But it was started by a woman named Sequoia and her son, who is also her partner. She had been growing up gardening, basically from birth. And I think they said she started gardening at the age of 6. And obviously she's been gardening ever since. She's well into her 20s, maybe even 30s at this point. So she's been gardening a very long time. She comes from a long line of people who know how to garden and so on. At any rate, she was noticing that, and I pulled this right off the website. In her many years of gardening, she noticed that anytime the garden was scant on greens, the purple tree collards were always abundant. In the winter storms, and the frosty nights, and the hot fall days, the tree collards were always beautiful, delicious, and plentiful. She also noticed they were hard to find for sale. That's when she decided she wanted to make these amazing plants consistently available to people. What kind of wonderful woman is this, right? I mean, she's clearly determined, she's motivated, and she seems to want to leave the world in a better place than it was when she first got here. And I can't do nothing but applaud her for that, especially since I may only have these cuttings in as easily as I got them, simply because this woman made it her mission to make it available for everybody. So kudos to her. Many applause to you, Sequoia, and your son and your family. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Perennial. They're like your kale, your collards, your broccoli, basically your brassicas, right? It's a relative to your brassicas, tree collard is. And so what's so special about tree collard? Oh, nothing, unless you consider the fact that it is packed with nutrients, especially vitamins B1, B2, B9, C, and beta carotene. No big deal, though. No big deal. And then also, did I mention that they are perennial? And so at least up to temperatures of 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which to me means that I have to grow them in a pot, probably in my zone, or grow them in a greenhouse or under some kind of cover or something, because in January and February, those happen to be the colder months where I'm at, and we get well below freezing. So I don't know that they would survive without any kind of cover, but if I grew them in containers, I could easily move them in and out, which is why I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. But that's just me. If you live, they say even marginally, zones 7A and 7B have gotten away without doing any kind of covering or any kind of overwintering on their tree collards. Anyway, so yeah, that's great. And then finally, it's my understanding that tree collards need very little maintenance once they're established. You know, once they got their roots and they've had their time, they've started growing, they're putting on new leaves at this point, they're pretty low maintenance after that, right? I think you have to keep the leaves picked fairly often. If you don't, it probably encourages like a long leggy plant or whatever, but even still, I know that for Robbie, she doesn't even stake all of her plants, although she does stake 2 of them, I believe. So you can stake them, but I don't believe it's required. And you know, that's easy, right? That's really easy. They don't have any high fertilization requirements or anything like that. So again, low maintenance. I'm all for that. And besides that, you know, I'm always a big fan of taking on plants that require very little of my time, because as I'm always fond of telling people, I cannot baby everything in my garden. I just can't. I have too much. And also, some things are just going to have the will to live, right? I'm not saying I'm not out there watering everything and fertilizing as best as I can. But what I'm saying is, I can't treat everything like a tomato plant or a pepper plant. Some things are just going to have to be able to ride it out. And tree collard's going to be a ride or die, I'm pretty sure. We have covered where I got the idea to get the tree collards and why I want to grow them. So now I'm just going to cover the cost. And as I previously stated, I had gotten these from the Project Tree Collard Etsy shop. Excuse me. I paid $26.69 with free shipping I got 2 Merit tree collard cuttings, and then I got 2 purple tree collard cuttings. And then in addition to getting the cuttings, I picked up 15 purple tree collard seeds from a company called Broccoli Tree Farm on Etsy, and those seeds cost me $1.99 and then free shipping. So I don't think either one is bad, and especially if I can get these cuttings rooted and then established. Then I could start just taking my own cuttings, which is something that, again, Robbie does this. She takes her own cuttings and she's got that stuff growing everywhere. These people are never going to run out of greens. It's amazing. I want to be like them. Also worth mentioning is that when you purchase from the Project Tree Collard, the greens from the cuttings that you buy, those greens are then donated to the, Berkeley Food and Shelter Project, and that usually amounts to 2 large boxes per week. greens donations. So that's a little bonus. Yay. Always want to be doing good, right? And we don't want the waste. Why throw the leaves away when they could go to good use and get in somebody's belly? Give them nutrition and, just yumminess all around. All right. So they do offer discounts to schools and charitable organizations. You just have to contact them prior to making your purchase. It doesn't say that it's guaranteed, but what it says is that if you contact them, they will do their best to provide a discount offer for, like I said, schools and other charitable organizations. So it's worth reaching out to them if you wanted to do something like this, say at a school or in a nursing home or wherever, the local YMCA, I don't know. All right, so I have my purple tree collards and my green merit tree collards. Now, what am I going to do with them? Well, I'm going to grow them, of course. It's just too cold to put them outside where I'm at. So currently my cuttings are in a mason jar in about 1 inch of water, sitting close to a window, not like directly in the window, but close enough. And then I have the seeds, which I'm going to start. I'm waiting on some supplies to come in from Amazon. And once those come in, I will start the seeds that I have for the tree collards. I believe the seeds are for purple tree collards. So I'll start those seeds and I'll get that started. Ultimately, though, I want to move the tree collards outside to my garden, obviously, and I want to plant them in a container. And I have 4 of them. I'm wondering if all 4 would do fine in one of those 18-gallon containers. Because if I could do that and then plant all around the bottom, say like lettuce or something that has like, small root systems or whatever, that could really work. And with it being in the container, I can move them in and out. Of course, if I don't wind up getting my hands on some of those Michigan tree collards. I don't know if you guys saw, but I put a note in that the Michigan tree collards are perennials to zone 5. So those of us in zone 6 should give it a try if we can find them. Project Tree Color has them, but they're not in stock. However, they do have the seeds, and I don't want the seeds. I want the cuttings. So at any rate, I am looking so forward to the spring because these tree collards are just going to be, I just got a feeling they're going to give me so much joy. They say these tree collards can live up to 20 plus years. Wow. Imagine one plant giving you food for that long. It's incredible. So I'm done going on about the tree collards. I hope someone is inspired to join me in my quest to have my own tree collards in my garden here in Akron, Ohio, Zone 6B. If you are planning on getting some, do let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for me, drop them in the comments. If there's something you want to know or something you want to see, again, put it in the comments. All right, guys, this was fun. I hope you got inspired, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and happy growing. Bye-bye.